You are welcome to the Lord TV, your number one fantastic reality TV that gives you all that it takes to be enlightened on trending news, such as politics, entertainment, sports, and what have you. If you are new on this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button as well as already subscribed. So please don't forget to drop your comments anytime I drop new videos. Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Viewers, the news for today reads: Igbo leaders must call Nnamdi Kanu to order before another crisis erupts because no one threatens the police. The news in details. Concerned citizens, especially of the southeast origin, must pay attention to the brewing crisis in the southeast in the wake of the burial of His Royal Majesty Eze Kanu, father of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. As February 14 draws close, the Abia State Commissioner of Police, Ene Okun, has warned IPOB members to stay clear of the burial. Do you think we will sit down here and allow IPOB to participate in the burial? Whoever thinks along that line is fooling himself. IPOB will dance during the burial, and the police elephant will dance too. The Nigerian police had hinged its stance on the fact that IPOB is a proscribed group and hence cannot be allowed to congregate anywhere in Nigeria, let alone Southeast. As you will remember, the group as led by Nnamdi Kanu was proscribed and declared a terrorist group for causing acts of civil disobedience as it demands an independent state of Biafra. The federal government noted that activities of the group were similar to those of other terrorist groups. Little wonder the Abia State Police Commissioner relied on this fact to make his stance. Take a listening to him. I am saying this again for emphasis that there is no way police will allow a proscribed group to participate in the burial of the king and the queen of Afaroko simply because they are the parents of their acclaimed leader. We will not allow that, and we cannot take anything for granted in the face of abundant intelligence on threats by IPOB. Not alone did the police commissioner speak of the alleged threat by IPOB, did Nnamdi Kanu, leader of IPOB, issued a life-threatening message on the Nigerian police and the commissioner of police in person. The founder of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, in a Facebook post threatened to hunt down the children of Abia Police Commissioner Ene Okun should there be any killing at the burial ceremony of his parents in Afaroko. In his words, if Inspector Okun and his commanders come to my father's house to kill anyone on 14th February 2020 at my parents' burial, we will hunt down their children. These are serious threats that should not be taken lightly. Threatening the Nigerian police is bad enough, let alone children of a police commissioner. Nigerians with a good conscience must condemn Nnamdi Kanu's misguided statement, threats in order to forestall any clash between the security agencies and IPOB. Southeast political leaders must not play the ostrich and allow their children to be led to the slaughter slab by a confused fugitive leader. No one dares to threaten the number one security agency of a sovereign nation, more so when the threat is coming from a fugitive and the leader of a proscribed terrorist group. Failure to caution Nnamdi Kanu may lead to loss of lives and properties, and by that time, no one should blame the police for doing its job. IPOB has been declared a terrorist organization, and until this is annulled, they are not allowed to congregate as a group anywhere in Nigeria. It is also important to note that the Nigerian police has promised to provide security if the burial committee sends in a letter, and also make sure IPOB is not allowed anywhere close. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu is right by threatening the Nigerian police or the commissioner children? Should the Nigerian police allow IPOB to attend the burial of its leaders' fathers? Viewers, this is a question put before you. What do you think? The Nigerian police has made their stand. They have made their request. It's not left for the proscribed group to listen and see where it's going to favor them. If going to the celebration ground or the burial ground will cause harm or more violence in the community, I will say it's advised they stay clear. I will say it's advised they stay clear, because going there is going to cause the loss of innocent lives and destruction of properties. Nnamdi Kanu personally really wish that the burial ceremony is covered by all proscribed members, but since the police is trying to shun violence and make sure that everything goes according to plan, I think that the proscribed group, for peace to reign, they should try and maintain peace and stay clear from the burial ceremony. Though it's not proper and not ideal for what the police commissioner has just said, because it is a right and it is the right of every proscribed member to be present, since their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is the first son of the departed king and queen. At least it's a time for them to pay the last respect to their departed king. So the police asking them to stay clear is actually denying them of the rights they're supposed to play. But since this is going to help to shun violence, I will say that the proscribed group should heed to instruction. And Nnamdi Kanu, on his own part, even if he still wants to come back or come for the burial, he should try to maintain a very low profile and also withdraw some of his wealth, because releasing too much wealth will cause more anger and will make the proscribed members to keep agitating the more. So I would say that Nnamdi Kanu should maintain peace in time of threat. He should not bother saying any word to any of the police people. He should just maintain a low profile and make sure he make it down to Nigeria and pay the last respect which he urged to pay to his parents. I'm very much sure that the God that has always been by his side right from the time he has been pursuing this actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra will see him through in this time of trial. I don't really know what your comment may be concerning this news, but please, whatsoever it's going to be, please try to be neutral, because it's of great importance. Don't forget to leave your comment behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as the bell buttons to receive more updates. Thank you.